typical path in life is to go to school, work for 45 or more years for somebody else, then hopefully retire and finally relax and have fun. But it doesn't have to be this way.
You don't have to wait till you're 65 or 70 to live life how you want. You can live where you want now. You can take up the hobby you've been putting off for years. You can spend time with those you love today and every day. But you can't do it following the typical path.
You must create your own source of income you control. If you depend on someone else for a paycheck, your financial livelihood and freedom are in their hands. Today, you'll see the blueprint to build your own successful business from scratch. You'll learn the path to leverage the hundreds of billions of dollars of international power of the world's largest online retailer to help you get started. No matter where you live in the world or what level of business experience you have, you can build a successful brand you own starting today.
After building a $500,000 a month business from scratch, Justin and Channing now have the freedom to live life how they want. They've traveled all over the world to places like China, Hong Kong, Thailand, London, Mexico, and Hawaii. Plus, they get to work from home and spend more time with their kids. They take off to go swimming with them anytime they want and watch every one of their sons' Little League games. It's time you enjoy the same freedom. This final video in the series will show you the full path.
In the first 3 videos, you learned a lot. First, you learned that today is the best time in history to build a business, especially an e-commerce business selling products online. $26.1 trillion in retail sales are coming online as you watch this video. We're living during the single greatest transfer of wealth in the last 20 years. By starting a business now online, you're in a great position to profit for years to come.
Second, you've learned that it all starts with choosing a great, high-quality product. Most importantly, you must own the brand. When you own the brand, you control how your products are sold, where they're sold, and how much you sell them for. Also, you own a valuable asset that's worth real money to someone looking to buy it in the future.
Third, you learned that Amazon, the world's largest online retailer, is the easiest and fastest way to get started. Finding great product opportunities is incredibly simple once you know what you're looking for. And fourth, you learned how to find high-quality suppliers using Google and Alibaba. You learned how easy it is to build your own branded version of just about any product sold online and how to place your first inventory order.
Fifth, you learn how to make sales and profits with your new product. It starts with a great product listing. Then you follow a specific process we taught you in the 3rd video to push your product high in the rankings for popular search terms on Amazon.
Today, we show you the blueprint to put all this together to scale your business to the level that meets your financial and lifestyle dreams. And when you do, your life can soon have the total freedom to do exactly what you want to do with your time. You'll be able to pursue your hobbies fully and spend more time with your family. You can even have the freedom to travel for months on end.
Meet Greg Pullman. Earlier this year, Greg and his family of 5 made the decision to travel around their homeland of Australia for 12 months with the new freedom they had with their amazing business. Greg could see his kids growing up before his eyes and knew it was a now or never moment to take this trip and spend an entire year with them. So he sold their house, packed up their camper, and hit the road. Greg is joining us today to tell us how starting a business on Amazon has completely changed the trajectory of his life.
Welcome, Greg. You're joining us all the way from Australia, correct?
Yep.
You've been basically touring Australia for about a year.
Yeah, pretty much. We started at the start of February.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, what have you been doing? What have you been traveling in? That kind of thing.
We bought a 4-wheel and a caravan at the end of last year. We've just been basically traveling around trying to spend pretty much what's going to be our last year as a family together. Our kids are 11, 13, and 15, so they're going to be getting to the point of upper high school where they need to knuckle down and sort of stay in one place for a while. So we're just wanting to, I guess, have a last year of travel together and experiences together before they all grow up and it's too late.
It sounds like what's kind of allowed you to do this in part anyways is that, you were able to build a business that's kind of focused on selling online. And when you started that journey, what sort of made you get started in doing that in the first place?
I'd previously run a business making custom products for the coffee industry where we had to physically manufacture and assemble all the products ourselves. And while it was a great product, the very heavy inventory management side of it always bothered me. And so the real attraction for me to Amazon was the fact that Amazon handles all of the inventory and the shipping and the customer service side of things So people can just place an order, get it shipped to them, have all the customer service handled and all that side of things without me having to be involved at all, which obviously means that it's a huge advantage in terms of being able to choose how you spend your time rather than being tied to, if someone orders 10 products, you've got 10 times the amount of work to be able to ship all those orders.
We've got a lot of people here that are watching this, and they're just thinking about getting started. A lot of them never built a business before. Maybe they're working a corporate job. What's your kind of advice to those people if they're just getting started, thinking about doing this, and have a lot of potential doubts or just general questions?
Probably one of the things that I found this year, having gone into it full time, is that it was a big, I guess, leap of faith to quit my day job and to do this trip. But we've just benefited so much from having the time together. You don't have life forever. You can't just always put things off and hope one day the perfect time will come, because I don't think it was the perfect time. I had a fairly comfortable day job. I'd been there for 20 years. It was a secure job. It wasn't something I really wanted to walk away from, but it was really that or don't do this trip. And so I think it was the best decision we've made so far, because it's just given us so many opportunities. Life doesn't go forever, and you've got to make the most of it. And if there's an opportunity where you think, well, maybe it's time to look at doing something else, I'm a bit sick of my day job, I want to try something different, I think Amazon's a great way to go. There's always going to be hurdles. I reckon if you can see the various hurdles that come along the way as opportunities rather than roadblocks, then you'll be one of the ones who survive and thrive.
Yeah, cool. That's great advice. Yeah, so I really appreciate you joining us today, Greg.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Good to see you again.
No matter what your goals are, we always recommend staying focused with your business. Start with one brand and one product. This allows you to grow your business's profits as quickly as possible. Sometimes a single product under a single brand can meet all of your financial goals. Ann Ferris from Costa Rica has a single product that sells $100,000 a month. This one product is enough to provide a significant income for her and her family. Many products sell millions per year, even millions per month. However, the goal is to have a line of products that are all relevant to the same type of customer. A principle of e-commerce is it's easier and more profitable to grow your business by selling more products to the same customers who have already bought from you, rather than always looking for new customers. This is what a brand is, and it's the key to scaling your business long term.
The best place to find additional products to grow your brand is with Amazon itself. Each product on Amazon already has a frequently bought together section that is based upon real customer purchases. For example, if we were selling this bamboo bath tray, we could go to this product page on Amazon, scroll down to the frequently bought together section, and then we'd see that customers are also buying a couple other things. The first is a original bath spa pillow, and they're also buying Dr. Teal's foaming bath with pure Epsom salt. Those are two products that would be easy to source using what you already learned, and that you could easily sell to your existing customers. You can also check out the next section, which is called products related to this item. As you can see here, they're going to show you lots of products, and many of them will be the same product. But you can keep scrolling through and find all other kinds of products that Amazon knows are related. For example, there's a bamboo sofa arm tray. There are also, let's see here, another sofa arm tray table. Seems like those are kind of popular for this type of customer. Then we're also going to see, well, you know what? I see a lot of wine glasses and wine bottles. So maybe wine glasses be something that people who buy this tray would like to use. And then we already noticed that there's other types of shampoo and bath products. Those would be easy as well to add right to this type of product. Now, Amazon's one place to go and find other products to expand your brand with, but there's another great source as well, and that's to check with your supplier. Your suppliers know their industry better than anyone, and they're always creating more products for both you and for your customers. And the more products that you buy from the same supplier, the more negotiating power you have to get better prices and drive better payment terms. So those very simple ways are easy methods for you to grow and expand your brand.
With your business following our strategies, you can produce both income and real wealth. Soon, you can produce enough income to quit your job, buy what you want, give to others, and enjoy a life of freedom. But that's not the end of the story. Following these simple steps, you're building a valuable asset. There are buyers and investors all over the world looking for brands like yours to buy if you build your business like we teach. The typical value you'll get is 3 to 5 times your annual profit. So let's say your business makes $250,000 a year in profit. That means your business is potentially worth $750,000 to over $1 million. Somebody might literally write you a check, or more likely just wire you the payment, for $1 million for a business you build following this model. This is how true financial freedom is created faster than you can imagine. You can see how scaling your business by adding more products adds value to your customers and allows you to grow and fund your dream life. In the case of the Selfie Light, you can also sell a microphone stand, separate tripod, and longer cables for your customers to be able to produce the best personal videos and pictures possible. If you sell body soap, for example, you can also sell shampoo and maybe conditioner, so on and so forth.
Once established, it's possible to manage your entire business using this model in an hour or two a day. Later, you can hire a staff member to take over some of the tasks so your time required is even less, and you can truly live the 4-hour work week lifestyle. With enough time, enough effort, and the right strategies, you can grow your business as big as you want. To scale your sales bigger and bigger, you only need to do more marketing, add more products to your brand, or sell in more places.
When you're ready, you can increase sales by selling on Amazon marketplaces in other countries, or sell the same products outside of Amazon completely on your own online store. The goal is to build a successful brand. That's where all the value is. Amazon is a great place to start, but your ultimate goal is to build multiple profitable sales channels. You can keep expanding for as long and as big as you want until you achieve your goals. I've recently started growing a new brand using this formula, and in the past 18 months, it's grown over 11,000%, from about $17,000 a month to $2 million a month. In fact, it's grown fast enough to get in the top 300 of Inc. magazine's list of the 5,000 fastest growing companies in America. I want you to experience the thrill of that kind of growth too.
Just imagine, you wake up to a notification on your phone that says you've been paid from the sales your business made overnight while you were sleeping. Now, you get your money direct deposited to your bank account every 2 weeks from a brand that you built over the past few months. Meanwhile, you're free to spend more time with your kids, take your family on vacation, care for your parents, build your dream house, give back to your community, and never have to worry about paying the bills again.
And it can happen faster than you think. Anything is possible if you take one step at a time and keep moving forward with the right training.
Would you like to spend even more time together, going even deeper and further on how to start and scale your own physical products business? As valuable as everything we've given you so far is, as I'm sure you'll agree, it's only a few basic ingredients of the whole recipe for a fast-growing, profitable business on Amazon. We couldn't fit in everything we have to offer in just 4 videos. To create the transformation in your life you want and deserve, you need more than that. And if you've liked what we've shared with you so far, you're going to love what we have for you next.
After a decade of selling online and many years of helping thousands of people build their own businesses, there's so much more we've learned we want to show you to help you create the life that you want. You've committed to taking action to improve your life. Are you ready to go even further than our brief encounter in this video series? We've decided to take an active role and responsibility for your success. We want to help you grow and build a successful business following this model through an ongoing, growing, and mutually beneficial, rewarding relationship. So when you see what we have in store for you, you'll be glad we've decided to go down this path.
Years ago, we knew there had to be a better way to build a successful business fast. After all the failures and successes in our own businesses, we discovered the way. We saw too many people struggling to achieve their goals, living lives of restriction, so we decided to do something about it. We created a step-by-step program showing the exact steps to build a brand and profit from it, leveraging the power of Amazon. The results have far exceeded our wildest dreams. We have tens of thousands of members and so many successes, it's nothing short of incredible.
Amazing Selling Machine, or ASM for short, is a step-by-step program to build your own successful brand from scratch. We estimate ASM members have sold over $9 billion online with businesses they've built. Because of the success of ASM, we've been featured on Forbes, CNBC, Success Magazine, Entrepreneur, and Business Insider. We've also been able to work with amazing entrepreneurs and business thought leaders such as Damon John of Shark Tank, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, John Mackey, billionaire founder of Whole Foods, and Sarah Blakely, billionaire founder of Spanx.
ASM includes 4 powerful components. The first component is the brand new online web class, which we completely rebuilt in light of the massive changes our world has recently gone through. The online ASM web class contains 160 new video lessons over 9 modules, covering all the new cutting-edge strategies that we've never revealed before and are working like crazy right now. It includes over 50 hours of up-to-date training that you can watch anytime online at your own pace. As long as you have an average of an hour or 2 a day, you can build your business with ASM. Paul Nichols from the UK joined ASM last year with no online selling experience. He implemented what he learned to generate more per month than what he earned in an entire year at his last job. Recently, his sales crossed $86,000 in a single month.
Here's how it works. You'll set up your Amazon Seller Central account right away in the Welcome module so you can start making sales as soon as possible. Then in Module 1, you'll discover the perfect product to sell using our brand new product selection method. See, we've discovered a hack to find more profitable products than ever before using a completely automated product analyzer tool. It tells you exactly which product is the best opportunity to launch and when. As an ASM member, you get exclusive access to this powerful tool. Once you've found your product, Module 2 is all about sourcing. You'll discover how to find suppliers all over the world and how to negotiate to get the best prices and the lowest minimum order quantities.
In Module 3, we'll show you everything you'll need to place your first inventory order. Module 4 is a crash course in marketing and features a game-changing keyword research strategy that we're teaching for the first time. You'll also be the first to access the all-new Keyword Wizard tool that uses a little-known loophole on Amazon to create a list of the best keywords to target when you launch so you can save yourself the time and money figuring it out all on your own.
Then, in Module 5, we'll show you how to build your online presence while your product is being manufactured. You'll create a website for your new brand that's fast, easy, and practically free to set up. Plus, you'll master social media marketing and build an audience before you sell. Once your product's ready, Module 6 will show you the exact steps to a successful launch. This is hands down the most effective and efficient launch training we've ever released.
As an ASM member, you get access to an exclusive launch platform that ranks your product even in competitive markets and starts generating sales instantly. Additionally, you're getting the ASM launch tracker that automatically tracks every detail of your launch so you can understand your sales data and make the right decisions for your business.
In Module 7, you'll learn how to optimize and scale pay-per-click ads. After you're making consistent sales, you'll learn how to maximize your sales using promotional coupons in Module 8. Finally, in Module 9, you'll learn how to expand your brand and build a team that will run your business for you so you can enjoy your newfound freedom. And that's it. That's the whole business model.
After taking the web class, Yanning Lee started selling in June of 2019. In just 6 months, she sold over $100,000 on Amazon. All you have to do is follow the program, and in a few months, you'll have built an entire business from scratch. The best part is that we update the ASM training throughout the year. So as your business grows, you'll have new strategies to use to break through to the next level.
The second component of ASM is the mentor program. When you're building your business, you'll have questions. We've assembled a team of 21 real Amazon experts to help you. On average, our ASM mentors have sold over $1.8 million on Amazon each in their own businesses. And they all started right in your same shoes as new ASM members. In fact, here's a screenshot from inside the Amazon Seller Central account of one of our own mentors with over $3.3 million in sales on Amazon. This is the power of the team that you get access to as an ASM member. Anytime you have a question or need help, simply jump into the private members community and post a question. One of the ASM mentors will respond to you in 24 hours or less.
If the online web class and the ASM mentor program weren't enough, the third component is the ASM community. As an ASM member, you get access to the most exclusive community of successful Amazon business owners anywhere. This community gets 5,874 weekly interactions from members from 138 countries. It includes multi-million-dollar Amazon sellers, some of which have been doing this business for over 7 years now. You'll get answers to any questions you post, and you'll have a team to cheer you on with every milestone you share. Best of all, you'll never feel alone in this business.
Sarah posted about achieving $25,000 a month for her new business in the community. She said, "I will say that getting involved in the community is the best thing I could have done. I've met and connected with people in this community that have truly changed my life. not just in the business, but also beyond. I've made some of the most incredible connections and relationships with some of the most amazing people I've ever met. The first 3 components are powerful enough alone for you to build a successful business, but we've decided to go even further and include a private collection of the tools and resources we've used to build our own brands, which have produced over $200 million in sales. This 4th component of ASM is the Private Resource Vault.
To give you every advantage possible, we're opening up our Black Book of resources for you to use on your journey to business success. The Private Resource Vault includes over $10,000 in savings on 61 special tools and resources. You get to access the same service providers we use in our own businesses, including freight forwarders, talented photographers, product video creators, and more. This means you'll save time, save money, and get the best results possible faster.
Also, with a brand new ASM 12, you get access to 4 cutting-edge software tools only available for ASM members. These tools give you an unfair advantage over all other Amazon sellers. You'll get faster and easier profits using them. You'll also save a ton of time. You get free access to all these for a full year. After that, if you choose to keep using them, which is optional, it'll be a low monthly fee of around $50. But once again, that's completely optional. The first software tool is the exclusive Product Opportunity tool. This is a Chrome browser plugin that allows you to find the best product opportunities fast. You can pull accurate sales numbers using proprietary data that we have that Amazon does not give you. You can even get price, rank, and sales history so you know you're selling a product that'll produce consistent profits for years.
Next, you get the Product Analyzer tool. Once you create your list of opportunities, you upload them to the software and it'll give you a deep analysis on which opportunity is best based on everything going on in the market. Best of all, within seconds, you can see the recommendation for which opportunity on your list is the very best. Third, you get the Perfect Keyword tool. With a click of a button, it'll tell you which keywords to target for your new product. No spending hours doing keyword research or trying to figure out which keywords are best out of a list of thousands like most tools give you. This tool will give you a prioritized list of keywords to target for ranking and ads that have the highest sales and the lowest competition.
Lastly, you get the Rapid Product Launch tool. This is not publicly available. It utilizes a 100-year-old retail strategy to give you access to thousands of buyers ready to buy your product. You get real sales from real people. This is how we took this taco holder product from nowhere to top rankings for popular keywords in less than 2 weeks, even though it only had 9 reviews versus competitors with hundreds of reviews. With any one of these components, you could build a successful business leveraging the power of Amazon. With all 4, your success is nearly certain. Devin DeRoche was an accountant when he joined ASM. Now he's built a $2.7 million barbecue accessory business and landed on Inc. magazine's list of the 5,000 fastest growing companies in America.
With ASM, you have access to the best training, the best coaches, the best community, and the best resources. This program has been developed with one objective in mind: getting you results. Every step of the process, from product research through to launching your product and paid ads, have been simplified into a one-click button solution. With done-for-you automation at every level, there has never been a better time to build your business. When you join ASM today, you're an official member of the ASM 12 class. We'll help you and the other members of the ASM 12 class start, grow, and scale your business so you can achieve freedom.
If everything we've talked about so far wasn't enough, we're going even further to make sure you succeed. The new year is almost here. Since you've watched this far, we know you're ready to make a big change in your life, and we want to help. So this is only available for a very limited time. It's called the Product Launch Accelerator. First, you know that your success on Amazon largely hangs on picking the right product to sell. On top of that, you know that buying enough inventory to avoid running out of stock is critical to your product launch. So we're making you an offer now that we've never made before. It's an opportunity to save up to $2,000 when you take action to start your business today.
Here's the deal. If you're one of the first 50 people to sign up for ASM 12 today, we'll pay $2,000 towards your first inventory order. If you're one of the next 50 people to sign up, we'll pay $1,500 towards your first inventory order. After the 100th person signs up, we'll pay $1,000 towards your inventory, but only till December 22nd, 2021 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. After that, this offer is gone. This is our reward to you for getting ready to achieve your goals in 2021 before the new year starts.
Some people wait months or even years to get started because they're afraid to buy their first product. They don't want to end up with the wrong product. That's why we're giving you the full confidence in your business by reviewing that you have the right product and helping you pay for your first inventory order. So we're including a product review service for free when you join ASM 12 now. One of us or one of our expert ASM mentors will review your top 3 product choices and let you know which product we would pick if we were in your shoes. You'll move forward with confidence as you pick the right product to be the bedrock of your business. Normally, we offer this time-saving service for about $1,500, but today it's completely free.
To summarize, when you join ASM 12 today, you get the brand new online web class. You get access to the ASM mentors who built their own 7-figure Amazon businesses. You get lifetime access to the exclusive ASM members-only community. You get the private resource vault and 4 brand new powerful software tools. You also get the product launch accelerator, which includes up to $2,000 towards your first inventory order, and a product review where our team will help you find the most profitable product to start your business with.
This is one of the best bonus packages we've ever offered. We're making the hard decision of picking the right product to sell for you. Plus, we're paying you to get your first product live on Amazon. This is our way of taking on the risk of starting your business so you can completely transform your life. But you have to hurry. We're only paying $2,000 for inventory for the first 50 people who join ASM. Then we're paying $1,500 for the next 50. Everyone after that will get $1,000 towards their inventory purchase. Click the join button below now if you want to save $2,000.
So, to join ASM 12 class, get lifetime access to all 4 components, all future updates, and all powerful bonuses, your investment is only $997 a month for 6 payments. After the 6th payment, you're done. You're a member for life. You even get free updates to the training. Click the button below to join us. Then, the second you've completed your order, you get your private access to the program and you can dive right in. We even offer a no questions asked 60-day money-back guarantee. So you can try out the program, meet the mentors, post in the community, and get your business started completely risk-free.
However, this year we wanted to take our guarantee even further. Considering how much financial uncertainty recent events have caused and how quickly owning a business on Amazon can set you free, we're also offering you the 2021 Success Agreement. This means you have until December 31st, 2021 to go through our entire program to see if this is the right business for you. As long as you earn the major badges by the specified dates, participate in the community, and complete all the marketing steps we walk you through in the web class, we will fully cover you through 2021. If you decide you aren't happy with the results of your business, we'll give you 100% of your investment back in ASM. We'll even reimburse you for up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. That means if you take action today, you can build your business risk-free on our dime.
So here's what to do right now. First, click the button below this video. A new page will open up that looks like this. You'll see everything you're getting today when you secure your spot in ASM. Next, fill out the basic information that we need to create your membership. Then, choose whether you're paying with credit card or PayPal. Lastly, choose your payment option. You can pay upfront for the full ASM investment and save some money, or you can pay in 6 payments. Both come with the same exact access and are backed by the same guarantee. Then, click the Get Access Now button. We'll do everything we can to make sure you succeed.
We are closing the doors to ASM 12 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020. This allows us to create a structured environment for the new class of members where everyone goes through the material and the group coaching at the same time. After December 22nd, the $2,000 savings on inventory and product review bonuses go away. So today, you're faced with 2 choices. You can join ASM 12 and get access to all the training content, community, and personal coaching you need to be successful in this business, or you can sit around and wait for world events to change, be at the mercy of whatever big companies and politicians decide to do, and if you get fired or if the company you work for shuts down, have to deal with it then. Warren Buffett once said, the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. If you're ready to live life on your own terms, invest in yourself today. click the button below to join ASM 12.
If you're still watching this, that means you haven't clicked the button below to grab your spot in ASM yet. You likely have a few questions you want answered, so let's try to address them. First, you might be wondering if you can do this from a country outside of the US. The answer is yes. No matter where you live, we'll help you get set up to sell on Amazon.
Second, you're wondering how much time this business will take for you to build. You likely have a job to work to pay the bills and might have a family to take care of or other obligations in your life. Now let me ask you this. If you knew for certain you could improve your likelihood of more income and wealth in the future, would you wake up 30 minutes earlier and go to bed 30 minutes later? You really don't need much more than an hour a day to get this business off the ground. If you can dedicate that amount of time, you can do this business.
You also might wonder if you're too old or too young to do this business. You're not. Whether you're in college trying to figure out what career to pursue, this is a great option to try your hand at entrepreneurship with very little risk. 20-year-old Shayna says, "All my friends care about are boys and parties. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here at 4 a.m. studying keywords and ad campaigns. It's so amazing to have this community, don't know what I'd do without it." Or, if you're retired and want more financial freedom, this is a path you can take that doesn't require high technical expertise or long upfront hours. Here's George, who's joined ASM at 62 years old and posted on his birthday on Facebook that he hit $25,000 a month in sales with his new business.
Click the button below now to grab your spot in Amazing Selling Machine and let us give you the blueprint to build a successful business in the fastest way possible. This full package is going away. You won't be able to get all the personalized bonuses and the 2021 Success Agreement for long. Join ASM 12 before this offer is gone for good and registration for this class closes. The choice is yours. You can join today and build a better, more free, more abundant future, or you can do nothing and keep living the life with the same results you've achieved so far.
One small investment today can change your life forever. And yes, I said small investment because that's what it is when you compare it to all the value you get in return. Give it a shot. If it works for you, keep it. If not, we'll give you 100% of your money back. Either way, you've invested in yourself. You've made financial freedom and creating more time for you and your family a priority. Get started by clicking the button below to join us on a fast track to freedom.
See you inside ASM.
My name is Anna Silva. I'm originally from São Paulo, Brazil, and now I live in Colorado.
And my name's Paul Nichol, and I'm originally from Scotland in the UK.
My name is Dane Pullman.
I'm Jade Coleman, and we're from Clearwater, Florida.
My name is Channing Dyson, and this is my husband, Justin Dyson, and we are from Dallas, Texas.
My name is Nate McHenry. I'm from Windsor, Colorado.
My name's John Gill from Tampa, Florida.
My name is Ann Ferris, and I'm from Chicago, but I live in Tamarindo, Costa Rica.
I knew I wanted to start an e-commerce business, but I had no idea what to do and how to go about it. I'm very proud of what I've been able to achieve in just a few hours a week.
Before we found ASM, I was actually working my butt off as a hairstylist, just trying to make ends meet. We were 24 at the time, and we had a 4-year-old. And I wanted to be able to have more days off that I could spend with my little baby who needed more of my attention.
I heard about the Amazing Selling Machine, and I knew that's exactly what would help me to just take my statistics and push them through the roof. I more than quadrupled my sales and their income on that
In 4 months.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer after that, you know.
In 4 months we 4x'd.
Yeah.
In 12 months we 10x'd.
Yeah, if you ask our friends now, they ask us, they're like, okay, so are you going to be in town this month, or are we going to see you at all, or are you
What country are you in?
Where are you now? What adventure are you on now?
Before ASM, I was a corporate lawyer living in London. I left that, I quit that job because I needed to have a life. And I moved to Tamarindo, Costa Rica, where I bought a hostel. I started ASM in 2017 when I was pregnant with my second baby, Nala. And it took me about 6 months to get my product live. After that, it went really well. And within 18 months, I had my business doing $100,000 a month. So I am currently a 7-figure seller, and it has just totally and completely changed my life. So I live on the beach. I I get to stay home with my 2 beautiful children, which is really the most important thing to me, that I get to be home with them.
I've always loved entrepreneurial adventures, and I had been selling some ebooks on Amazon before, knew the power of the Amazon platform, and once I saw the opportunity for physical products and the margins so that I could actually make money, I thought, man, this is something I gotta do. But I was still nervous like everybody, and for me, what ASM has provided is not only a financial freedom, but really a lifestyle freedom for me to be able to do the things that I value and appreciate, which include things like being with my family more. My wife and I have 4 awesome kids, and we love hanging out with them, and we just got to take an adventure in Maui together, which was super fun, and all of that is because of what ASM has provided. So love the opportunities to live a lifestyle of freedom and to be able to do some things that we value and appreciate.
Before ASM, I was working in a corporate job in the City of London, and like a lot of people, I'd done that job for money and not really very much else. I had very little passion for the role, particularly laterally, and I'd really just fallen into that common trap of exchanging a big chunk of my time for money. My main goal when I signed up for ASM was definitely to achieve freedom, freedom to choose when and where I wanted to work, and not having to be accountable to anyone else other than myself. So I'm now really pleased to say that I've got that freedom. Don't get me wrong, some days I work very, very hard still, but the big difference is it's doing something that I really enjoy and something which I have complete control over.
I always wanted to start a business where I could be sitting on the beach in Mexico with a beer in one hand and an iPad in the other running my business. And really that's what this, you can do with this business. One of the really cool things that's come from this was being able to share this opportunity with my son. My son's now 26 years old, and he's been doing this for a year now, and he's at the point where he's making about $30,000 a month. I hate to talk numbers, but just to give but how that makes me feel, knowing that my son is now financially free.
So we've been selling on Amazon for about 5 years now, and this past month we did a little over $600,000. Pretty happy about that. Pretty cool, cool deal. Our business is still growing really quickly, but the past 4 years we've actually maintained between a 15 and 20% profit margin, and we just have more time. There's a lot more time to do everything. Even though our business is doing over $600K a month, we are we have a lot of extra time. I only work probably 20 to 30 hours a week. There's my little one right there. Say hi.
Hi, Brig.
Yeah, if you're thinking about this opportunity, I would tell you, ask yourself a couple of questions. One, are you somebody that really wants to be a true business owner? Not just, get rich quick or push an easy button, because it's a real business. But on the other hand of that is a real business that's a real opportunity, and I haven't found a greater reward opportunity for as small as investment as it is. And I know it's a lot of money, and when you click that go button, you're like, is this gonna work? But if you can say, I wanna own a real business, or I wanna have a changed lifestyle, or whatever your why is, if you can answer yes to that and you wanna run a real business, you should do it.
This thing absolutely works. You follow the steps and you do what you're told, this thing will work and can change your life.
This is an amazing time to invest in selling online. There's no better time in the world. Everything is going to shift online.
And again, this is why I'm super grateful to ASM and for the opportunity to sell on Amazon, as it allows you to be in charge and allows you to secure your family's future without being reliant on anyone else.
Could you learn to do this all by yourself? Sure. Probably take you a year to figure it all out, and you're going to spend a lot of money making mistakes. That's what this course is for, and that's why it's so important that I think anyone who's looking to sell on Amazon, take this course. It will help you. It will make you go faster. It'll help you grow faster, and you'll have a lot more clarity on what you should be focused on.
And it has completely changed our lives, so are you ready for it to change your life too?
Hey there, so we've had over 40,000 people register for the live training sessions teaching people about this massive opportunity. We've received thousands of questions from attendees. I've picked out the most common ones to answer for you here in this video because I'm sure you have the same questions too. $26.1 trillion in global retail sales are coming online now. This has created the greatest opportunity to build wealth in the last 20 years. To make sure you don't miss this opportunity, here are some of the most common questions that we've received. So the first question is, how much money do I need to invest in my business to get started? This is a great question. So when we've surveyed our members, we found that on average, they invested about $1,200 in inventory. And when we say $1,200 in inventory, we mean the cost of the products themselves, the cost of packaging, the cost of shipping, including freight forwarding, basically everything it costs to get the products live and available for sale on Amazon. We typically like to recommend people have about $2,000. So a little bit more than that gives you more options. We've had people that have started with as little as $500 in inventory, and we've had people that have spent $5,000 or more. I wouldn't recommend, even if you have plenty of money, spending more than $5,000 in inventory. So around $2,000 is about right. You can spend a little bit more if you want, a little bit less if you want. All that matters is that you get started and you ideally have about 300 units to get started. And you don't really need much else because your logo is going to cost next to nothing. The manufacturer should do your packaging design. And the only other thing is some ads. But your ads on Amazon, if you're running them the way that we teach, they should be profitable. And so you're not really spending extra money because you're spending some money on ads, but those are actually producing sales directly. So they're kind of funding themselves. The next question. How much time is it going to take? How much time will I have to spend per day as part of this? And then how long is it going to take before I start making some money? So we typically recommend people have literally just an hour or two a day because there's some waiting in here. Once you learn how to do the business in terms of, picking a product, then you've got to wait to get samples. So you've got a little bit of delay there. Then you order inventory, you've got to wait to get inventory. So it's not like you're going to spend 10 hours a day doing this, beating down doors, trying to make sales. An hour or two a day is plenty, and you can kind of spend that how you want. During weekdays, only on weekends, some days 0 hours, some days, more time. But as long as you have an average about an hour or two a day, that's perfect. Now, how long is it going to take before you actually start making money and start getting inventory live and that kind of thing? So in most cases, it'll take about 2.5 months to get your first product live. The reason is because you've got to pick the first product and then you've got to order inventory. And a lot of times it'll take about a month to get that inventory produced. And then it'll take about 5 weeks to get shipped by sea. Now, if you can get a lighter and smaller product that can be shipped by air, then that can save you a whole month of time. But take it about 2.5, 3 months to get your first product live. And at that point, your inventory should hopefully start turning over and be profitable. If nothing else, after a few weeks, you should hopefully, if you do the launch process right, like we teach, you should sell out of your inventory and be able to turn that profit into ordering more inventory, then really start making money on your second batch of inventory. Next question, isn't there too much competition on Amazon? The best example I can give, honestly, is a couple students of ours, David and Leah Cups. They built their first business within a few years, sold it for $4 million. What did they do? They immediately started building more businesses following the exact same model that we teach. Now they have 2 of those businesses under contract to be sold, also for millions of dollars. Shows you this is a very repeatable business model. The thing is, especially with 2020, with coronavirus and everything else, demand has shot up like crazy and the supply hasn't picked up. So right now is an incredible time where there's a lot more demand than there is supply to go out there and sell products. Other thing is too, there's a couple billion product listings on Amazon, so there's plenty of different products that you can go out there and sell, which is why people are doing very well getting started from scratch, building their businesses today. That's why we don't believe at all there's too much competition. Next question, what about drop shipping? A lot of times if you hunt around on YouTube and stuff, you'll hear people talk about drop shipping, which is actually how I started, which was my first business. And what that actually means is you'll have a manufacturer that owns a brand, and if you get an order on your website or on Amazon, you take that order, you send the name and shipping address to the manufacturer, and they'll ship directly to the customer. So you don't have to buy any inventory ahead of time, which makes it sound awesome. The problem is you don't own the brand, and you're selling the exact same brand as other people, which means you're just competing on price. And so you're not building a valuable asset, and your margins are terrible, which is why we do not recommend drop shipping. And creating your own brand is just so easy today, which is why we recommend you absolutely own the brand that you're selling. Next question, should I still sell on Amazon.com in the US if I'm from anywhere outside the US? The answer is absolutely yes. We've gone back and forth based on how things have changed in the market, but today, no matter where you're at in the world, we recommend you sell on Amazon.com in the US. Even if you're in the UK, for example, where Amazon UK is a big, massive platform with billions of dollars in sales, still the level of sales volume in the US just dwarfs everywhere else in the world. So even if you're from outside the US, we recommend you sell on Amazon.com in the US, which you can do from basically no matter where you're at in the world. What if I don't want to source products from China? A lot of people, especially now, are kind of concerned about that. The good thing is you don't have to. A lot of products we sell, a lot of products we buy come from China. It's just the fact. They're the biggest manufacturing hub in the world. But if you absolutely don't want to sell products from China, you don't have to. You can sell products made in the US. A lot of beauty products, a lot of health products, cleaning products, all those kind of things typically come from the US. You can also sell food-related products, which may come from all over the world, South America, Central America, places like that. You can also sell some other products that are typically manufactured in China, but you can find good manufacturers in places like Taiwan, Pakistan, Vietnam, and other places in the world. So if you don't want to sell products from China, you don't have to do this business. All right, so we also, on the live training we did, we revealed that right now, we've created a brand new version of our program called Amazing Selling Machine, which this one is ASM 12, that is all completely new. So we've received a lot of questions about that. So one of the first questions we get is, what do I get with ASM 12? Well, I'm going to show you everything here on the screen, but you can also click the button below to get access to all the details so you can see everything. But as an overview, you get online training, you get access to our team of experts, which we call the ASM mentors, you get community access, which is a private community only for ASM members, you get a collection of resources that is only available for ASM members, and for the first time ever, we have 4 brand new powerful software tools that are only available for ASM members inside of ASM 12. And one of the things we're super excited with is we're also including what we call the Fast Track to Freedom, which is essentially our personal coaching package to make sure that you succeed with ASM. There's a ton of stuff you get 2 guarantees, but you can get all the details when you click the button below after watching this video. Next question, how much does it cost? You know, I've done some research, and according to a website called BizBuySell, the average cost to buy an existing business is $150,000 to $200,000. When we think about ASM, it's not a training program. It's almost like you're buying an existing business. You just have to fill in the blanks. You decide what product you sell, you do the marketing steps that we teach you. Other than that, it's almost like you're buying an existing business. But it doesn't cost 200 grand like buying an existing business. You can actually get access to everything with ASM 12 for just $9.97 a month times 6 payments. And after 6 payments, you're in for life. So that's all that it costs to get access to this, and you get free updates, there's no hidden charges, none of that kind of stuff, and you can even save about $1,000 if you decide to pay your full investment up front. Once again, you can click the button below after you watch this video to get all those details. Another big question we get is, what happens if it doesn't work? What if I build all my business with ASM and I'm not successful? Well, you're covered in 2 different ways. First, for the first 30 days, we have an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. When you sign up today, for the next 30 days, you can try everything out in ASM, and if you're not happy with it, you literally don't have to do anything. Just contact us, support@amazing.com, email our team, and we'll give you a 100% refund. It's that simple. But you might also be thinking, I can't really build my whole business in 30 days, so what happens if I join, I do all the steps, I build my business, and my business doesn't succeed? We're covering you for that too. We call this the 2020 Success Agreement. All the way until the end of 2020, December 31st, 2020, we're giving you the ability to try everything out in ASM, the full entire program, and as long as you meet a few simple milestones like getting your product live in 4 months, doing the marketing steps within 5 months, just to show you've given this a try, if you decide you want out of ASM, we'll still give you a 100% refund in ASM all the way until the end of the year. But that's not all. We'll also even buy back up to $5,000 in unsold inventory to cover your risk in buying inventory also. So that's how you're completely covered if, on the unlikely chance, ASM doesn't work out for you. Next thing is what other costs are there included other than ASM? The main thing is in your inventory. Most people, when we've surveyed members, have spent about $1,200 in inventory. That includes, like we talked about earlier, your packaging, your actual hard inventory costs, your shipping, including freight forwarding, everything that it costs to get your inventory live on Amazon. That's the main cost. We've asked people before, they said they spent about $1,200. On average, we recommend people have more around $2,000 for inventory to give yourself some more flexibility. The only other costs really are maybe a little bit for marketing, but your ads on Amazon should typically be paying for themselves. On Facebook, you may spend $50 in ads or something just to launch your product. Other than that, we try to make everything included in ASM other than the cost of your inventory. Another big question we get is what's the difference between ASM and some other program? Ever since we've been doing ASM, because we kind of pioneered this space, ever since we started doing this 8 years ago, as soon as we tell people about a new version, all of a sudden the Facebook ads fire up. People start sending emails about their new version of some course that teaches you stuff about Amazon. We've seen this, we've been in here for 8 years, we know what's out there. The thing is we're not going to speak bad about some of these other people. It's not right for us. It's just not how we like to do business. All I can tell you is how we differentiate ourselves, which is in a few ways. One is we always make sure the training is up to date. We create a completely new version every year, and we also update it throughout the year so it's never out of date. Second, it's not a one-man or one-woman show. We have an entire team behind ASM. Myself, we've got Mike McClary, we've got Dan, we've got Rich. That's kind of the core trainers inside of ASM. We've also got a team of 21 Amazon experts we call the ASM mentors. We're tapped into the world's biggest and most successful community for Amazon sellers, which is our member base. And so we have access to so many people and so much information that most people don't. That's a big difference. Also, the mentors are a huge advantage for us. So you know you can get help, direct help from people that have actually done this business. You're not sitting there hoping somebody on a support team responds to you someday with information that may or may not be correct. We also focus on helping you build a long-term successful business. The last thing you want to do is do a bunch of work, spend a bunch of money to start a business, then get your Amazon Seller Central account suspended, or have unhappy customers because they're not happy with the quality of your product. Our focus has always been very long-term, helping you build a business that you can either sell for a lot of money down the road, pass down to your kids, something like that. Not a short-term thing that's gonna, leave a lot of unhappy people and you with no money at the end. Next question, how will I be able to interact with the mentors? So inside the private community, you can post a question and a mentor will respond to you within 24 hours or less. We basically have mentors in there working around the clock 24/7. So you post in the community and you'll get a direct one-on-one response from the mentors inside of there. Next question, if you're so successful, why do you share everything in ASM? So I own an e-commerce business that me and a business partner have been able to scale from about 17 grand a month to about $1.4 million a month in about the past year. And so I don't need to do amazing. I have other stuff going on, but I love to do this because it allows us to help a lot of people. Also, I'm not super concerned about it affecting my business because the most effective way to build a physical products brand is to do that. Focus on one brand at a time. If you start spreading yourselves into multiple brands, it ends up not being a very effective use of your time. So with only 4 of us primarily teaching ASM, that's only 4 brands. But there are millions of different opportunities. So it doesn't really hurt us at all to share this information, allows us to help a lot more people, and we actually end up learning and getting smarter from the members themselves. So that's why we share all this stuff. Last question, if you really want to help people, why not give ASM away for free? That's a good question. So a lot of people probably wonder this. The thing is, we found out the hard way before is that we can't just give a bunch of low-level videos and information and hope people go out there and change their lives by building successful multi-million-dollar businesses. We have to give every resource we possibly can because we want to help people that don't necessarily have a lot of experience or a lot of resources. And so the reason we're able to do that and create such a massive impact for people is because we're able to throw literally everything at them. We spend about $2 million a year just to maintain and update ASM, which is why we charge an investment for people to get inside of ASM. Otherwise, we would go broke trying to support this thing. For us, this model makes sense. It may not be for everybody. Not everybody's going to be able to join, but for the people who do join, we're able to give them all of our attention and give them an unfair advantage versus everybody else doing this exact kind of business. So you might be wondering at this point, why now? Why out of all the times in the world should I start this business now? Should I join ASM now? There's a few reasons. First of all, right now, in this month and about halfway through the year, you're in a perfect time to take advantage of starting this business now and then reaping the rewards when the holiday season hits. When the last quarter of the year, there's about 30% more sales in that period of the year than any other time. So you're able to tap into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas season, New Year's. And so by the time you get your inventory live, you'll be getting it live at the most profitable time of the year. That's a big reason. Also, everything we're including with ASM. The Fast Track to Freedom, which you can get all the details if you click the button below, is only included with ASM 12. And the registration closes for ASM 12 on Monday, June 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. So that's all going away if you wait to sign up. Also, last thing is, you may be more motivated now than you may ever be. And if you don't take action today, there's a good chance you're going to let doubt and fear and everything else creep in. Family members who've never built a business, have never been successful, are going to be telling you you're making a bad decision, all that sort of stuff. So if you wait, you may miss out on the opportunity to achieve a lifetime of financial freedom. And the cool thing is you have zero risk to give it a try. We have the 30-day guarantee, the 2020 success agreement. All this stuff is not going to be available for long, which is why we absolutely think you should give this a try starting today. Now that you know the answers to the most critical questions people have asked us, click the button below this video to get all the details of what's included with a new ASM 12. There's a massive opportunity sitting under our feet right now. ASM 12 is built for this new world. It's time you achieve your financial freedom and never have to depend on someone else for your financial security. Join us inside ASM before registration closes and before it's too late. Click the button below to get all the details, then grab your spot in ASM. I can't wait to see you inside.
Is now the right time to start a business? With all the changes brought by COVID-19, financial uncertainty is the elephant in the room. Millions of people's lives have been upended, but one group of people are doing exceptionally well. People who had already laid the foundations to create a source of income they control that's 100% online. Members of our life-changing program, Amazing Selling Machine, have done just that. Here's what ASM members have to say about why they joined, the results they've achieved, how their businesses are doing during COVID, and how their lives have changed as a result of joining ASM.
My name is Ana Silva. I'm originally from São Paulo, Brazil, and now I live in Colorado. My background is in IT and real estate, and I still work in those fields. I heard about ASM through YouTube videos. I knew I wanted to start an e-commerce business, but I had no idea what to do and how to go about it. There's really no better training where you can really hit the ground running. It's still your own business and you do make your own decisions, but this program helps you each step of the way, saves you time, and it brings you that sense of belonging and community. I've had incredible results with my business. I'm very proud of what I've been able to achieve in just a few hours a week. For example, we've been able to easily pay for our son's college degree, and we've been traveling way more than we did before. Going outside the country with the whole family is just something we can do now, so it feels wonderful. The past few months have been very interesting. Unfortunately, with this pandemic, we've seen some negative changes in some of our friends' financial situations. We've seen other small businesses suffer from not being able to provide the services that we usually provide. On the other hand, COVID-19 has had a tremendous positive impact in my own business. My products are not essential whatsoever, and I've seen an incredible increase in demand. I'm pretty sure it has to do with just more people buying online instead of going to a brick and mortar store. And to be honest, I strongly believe that this increase in demand will be sustained as shoppers just realize now that it's so easy and convenient to just press a few buttons and buy things online. There's really no better time to be selling online right now, so I feel blessed for having this opportunity.
I'm Leah. And I'm David. We're from Noblesville, Indiana. Before ASM, I was working in medical sales. I had worked really hard to get my dream job, and I was trying my best at that, and doing my best meant that I had to be gone 4 nights a week. So I was on the road a lot. We were traveling over 4 states, and we had a daughter. And I realized that when I would come home, I would miss out on so much throughout the week. I was just kind of seeing them on the weekends. And so we really wanted to get our priorities in order and wanted to spend more time as a family, and that was important to us. And I think if I were to pick one thing that is probably the key to our success is that we've never stopped investing in our education. Out of those things that we've invested in, I would say ASM is probably our best investment in our education that we've ever made.
We launched our first brand in 2014, and it was a beauty brand, and then that was mildly successful. And then in 2016, after attending SellerCon, it would have been 2015 in February, we launched a baby brand, and we grew those businesses and ended up selling those businesses in 2017 for a 4.7 multiple of our discretionary earnings. So that was really fantastic. It was a 7-figure exit, and we were able to take that money and invest in our retirement, and then we took a portion of it and we launched 3 more brands on Amazon. So right now we're actually under contract to sell 2 of those brands, and we'll hopefully be selling the 3rd in January of 2021.
And right now all 3 brands together are over $1 million in monthly revenue. I feel for people who have been negatively affected by the pandemic, for people losing family members due to it, for people's businesses that have been hurt. But when you look at the businesses that have been negatively affected, you take the brick and mortars, you take restaurants, you take theaters, you take service-based businesses, then if you look at that side by side with people who are online sellers, most online sellers have seen a drastic uptick in sales because of so many people shopping online. But I think as far as how has it affected us, our businesses have all grown immensely during this time.
Hi, my name is Ann Ferris, and I'm from Chicago, but I live in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. So before ASM, I was a corporate lawyer living in London. I left that, I quit that job because I needed to have a life. And I moved to Tamarindo, Costa Rica, where I bought a hostel. Started a family. I had 2 beautiful children. I started ASM in 2017 when I was pregnant with my second baby, Nala. And it took me about 6 months to get my product live. After that, it went really well. And within 18 months, I had my business doing $100,000 a month. So I am currently a 7-figure seller, and it has just totally and completely changed my life. So I live on the beach. I get to stay home with my 2 beautiful children, which is really the most important thing to me, that I get to be home with them. In terms of, COVID hasn't affected my business too much. It's actually given me motivation to work a lot harder. And just to launch new products and to really go all in on my branding. I had to slow down for 2 weeks when Amazon slowed down the shipping, but then everything got back to normal. But definitely, my only other thing that I was doing was that I owned a surf hostel here in Costa Rica, which now we've recently reopened, but it was closed for several months. And my ex, the father of my kids, is also out of work because he teaches surf lessons to tourists. So if I was not selling on Amazon, I can't imagine the situation. I mean, I literally can't. I would have no money, no income, and 2 children to support. And instead, I have money in the bank and I'm able to save, and I just don't worry about the future of my children, which is definitely the most important thing. This is an amazing time to invest in selling online. There's no better time in the world. Everything is going to shift online.
Hi, my name's Paul Nichol and I'm originally from Scotland in the UK. Before ASM, I was working in a corporate job in the city of London. And like a lot of people, I'd done that job for money and not really very much else. I had very little passion for the role, particularly laterally, and I'd really just fallen into that common trap of exchanging a big chunk of my time for money. The results that I've achieved from ASM and from the selling on Amazon opportunity in general have massively exceeded my expectations. As much as I didn't really enjoy the corporate role and the lifestyle, I was well paid for it. However, my Amazon business is currently generating more profit per month than I was able to earn in an entire year in my previous role. My main goal when I signed up for ASM was definitely to achieve freedom. Freedom to choose when and where I wanted to work, and not having to be accountable to anyone else other than myself. So I'm now really pleased to say that I've got that freedom. Don't get me wrong, some days I work very, very hard still, but the big difference is that it's doing something that I really enjoy and something which I have complete control over. Had I stayed in the previous corporate job, I'm almost certain I would have either lost that job or been furloughed given the COVID-19 situation. And again, this is why I'm super grateful to ASM and for the opportunity to sell on Amazon, as it allows you to be in charge and allows you to secure your family's future without being reliant on anyone else.
Hi, my name is Channing Dyson, and this is my husband, Justin Dyson, and we are from Dallas, Texas. Before we found ASM, I was actually working my butt off as a hairstylist, just trying to make ends meet. We were 24 at the time, and we had a 4-year-old, and I wanted to be able to have more days off that I could spend with my little baby who needed more of my attention.
Yep, so while she was a hairstylist, I was actually still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was working for my dad part-time, I was in college, and before that, I actually worked in a completely different industry. I was really just trying to figure things out, and that's when we stumbled across ASM. So we've been selling on Amazon for about 5 years now, and this past month we did a little over $600,000. Pretty happy about it. That was pretty cool. Cool deal. Our business is still growing really quickly, but the past 4 years we've actually maintained between a 15 and 20% profit margin, and that's continued to be the case. So we're doing really well. We're really excited, and that's what we're here telling you about ASM and how we got started.
My life has changed. I'm able to work at the salon just on the days that I want to see a few of my wonderful clients. I am not working the crazy hours that I was working. I have way more time with both of my children now. We actually had another kiddo while we've been building this business.
For me, the biggest change is really just I get to work from home. Like, I'm literally sitting in my office right now where we're recording this video. And we just have more time. There's a lot more time to do everything. Even though, our business is doing over 600K a month, we have a lot of extra time. I only work probably 20 to 30 hours a week. There's my little one right there. Say hi.
Hi, Brig.
And he's gone. So I get to work from home with my wife here, with my kids in the background all the time. And it's just a lot more fun. Life is a lot easier. It's not just all about money, right? Like, yes, we are making more money than we ever did before, but the biggest change for me is we have freedom to do what we want. We go on vacation 3 or 4 times a year. We take other trips on top of that, and ASM has made that possible.
We have more freedom now than I think we could have ever dreamed of, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, all of our friends who have done this and have been successful with it, that's the kind of the one thing they do differently than everyone else. If you come into this with I'm going to do it this way and this way and this way, well, what do you need the course for? That's the point. When you're coming into this, clear your mind. Open yourself up to the concept that they're going to show me the types of products that are successful. They're going to show me how to find those products, launch those products, and make money with those products. If you will follow that blueprint, which is laid out before you in the course, you will go so much further than even what you expect. I wanted to have $1 million a year business when we started this. I thought that was the most amount of money, right? And last year we did over 5 million. So your expectations, throw those out the window. Anything that you come into this with, it's not even baggage, but if you have these preconceived notions about how you want it to go, just clear that out of your mind.
Come in with an open mind and a willingness to learn, and it's a win-win situation. So That's what I come up with.
Could you learn to do this all by yourself? Sure, probably take you a year to figure it all out, and you're going to spend a lot of money making mistakes. Trust me.
We've seen it.
Yeah, when you start this company, if you don't have somebody kind of guiding you along the way, there's so much room for error. And that's the purpose of ASM. That's why they're here. That's the only reason we're even talking to you right now. One of the things that, starting ASM and, having a successful business on Amazon has allowed us to do is kind of give back like this. We want to be here to help you speed up the learning curve. And that's what this course is for. And that's why it's so important that I think anyone who's looking to sell on Amazon, take this course. It will help you. It will make you go faster. It'll help you grow faster. And you'll have a lot more clarity on what you should be focused on.
And it has completely changed our lives, so are you ready for it to change your life too?
The program works. ASM is a proven step-by-step system that will help you find the right product to sell, source your product, list it for maximum sales, launch your product successfully, and grow your brand into a long-standing business. We've helped over 30,000 people discover how to build life-changing businesses with ASM, and we're ready to help you become financially free too. So go ahead, click the link below to join the brand new ASM 12 today.
Thanks for joining us, Greg. You're joining us all the way from Australia, correct?
Yep.
From what I hear, you've been basically touring Australia for about a year. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. We started at the start of February.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, what have you been doing? What have you been traveling in? That kind of thing.
Yeah, so we bought a four-wheel drive and a caravan at the end of last year, and we've just been basically traveling around trying to spend pretty much what's going to be our last year as a family together. Our kids are 11, 13, and 15, so they're going to be getting to the point of upper high school where they need to knuckle down and sort of stay in one place for a while. So we're just wanting to, I guess, have a last year of travel together and experiences together before they all grow up and it's too late.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so it sounds like what's kind of allowed you to do this in part anyways is that, you were able to build a business that's kind of focused on selling online. And when you started that journey, what sort of made you get started in doing that in the first place?
Well, back in about 2015, we were needing a second income. So I actually bought a very small single product Amazon business at the time that was based on Amazing Selling Machine, probably about version 3, I think it was. I'd previously run a business making custom products for the coffee industry where we had to physically manufacture and assemble all the products ourselves. And while it was a great product, the very heavy inventory management side of it always bothered me. And so the real attraction for me to Amazon was the fact that Amazon handles all of the inventory and the shipping and the customer service side of things. So people can just place an order, get it shipped to them, have all the customer service handled and all that side of things without me having to be involved at all, which obviously means that it's a huge advantage in terms of being able to choose how you spend your time rather than being tied to, if someone orders 10 products, you've got 10 times the amount of work to be able to ship all those orders.
And Greg, you're living in Australia, but you're selling in the US, right?
Yeah, US, Canada, UK, Europe, and Australia as well, actually.
Oh, wow.
Cool. And, what was it like getting started with this business, selling on Amazon, selling online, building your own brand? What was that like in the early stages?
There's a lot of things to learn to start with, but obviously having bought a business that was based on Amazing Seller Machine, I then subsequently bought I think it was about version 6 of Amazing Seller Machine I bought. And the training was really helpful in terms of guiding you through because there's so many different types of things that can go wrong. There's lots of different tricks and hacks and things, and you never know. Because you're new to it yourself, you don't know whether the advice that you're getting in terms of free advice online is good advice or bad advice or out of date or isn't going to work or is going to get your account suspended. So following the training that I went through was really helpful because it sort of provided a sequential process to go through to make sure you laid a really good foundation for your business.
You said you bought an existing company that was already selling on Amazon, then you ended up starting your own?
No, so I bought the one that was already there, and that was very much pitched at a bargain basement level. It was only a single product. It was something that basically someone had started for a bit of fun and didn't want to continue with it, but it was the sort of thing that very much fitted with what we wanted to do. So I bought that and have then rebranded it and then followed the ASM training to build it up, and I've probably got sort of 6 or 7 or 8 products at the moment now.
And they're all under the same brand?
Yeah, I had a second brand at one stage, but I've recently discontinued that.
Okay, cool.
Are you still selling the very first product that you bought this business with?
Yeah, it's probably actually still our bestseller.
What is your typical day like right now? And for both, being a seller on Amazon and also traveling around with your kids?
Yeah, well, there wouldn't be a typical day because every day is different, but I suppose a typical week would normally involve some days where we're on the road and some days where we're set up at camp. So when we're traveling, I drive most of the day, and during the day we'll try to stop and experience what the different towns have got to offer. So the only chance I'll get to do any business work might be checking emails briefly in the morning, and then maybe an hour or so's work at night when the kids are in bed. So because of that, we normally try to stop for at least a couple of days every week so I can crack down and get through some more work.
But really, it only takes you an hour or so a day just to kind of keep up with the business at least.
When we come to the end of the trip and I settle back down to normal life, I'm looking forward to having a bit more time because I can't probably invest as much time in it as what I'd like to. I've got a virtual assistant who handles all of the customer service in terms of emails and responding to reviews and things like that. So the work that I do is more around marketing and promoting, reordering inventory, researching new products and those sort of things, which are more business management or a bit higher level than just customer service. So if I didn't have the virtual assistant, then I would probably be having to spend a lot more time on a day-to-day basis than what I do.
And how old are your kids again? You said 11, 13, and what?
15.
How do they feel about your business? Do they know exactly what it is you do? And do they have any thoughts on whether they might want to do it at some point?
Yeah, I mean, I guess particularly this year as we've traveled, they've seen more of what I do, because often when I sit down to do some work, they'll decide to sit down and do some schoolwork. And so we're kind of all in the same space at the same time. So they get to see what I'm doing. They've sort of expressed some interest in doing it because they can see the benefit it gives you. But I think they're probably a little bit young at this stage to really be sure exactly where they want to go with their life. So they've got an idea, but they're probably still working that out a bit more.
Was there ever a time, building your business that you thought that, maybe this wasn't for you? Maybe there was some big challenge or something that popped up and you kind of had to work your way through it, or really had some significant doubts about the business?
Look, there have been many times when Amazon's actions or policy changes have frustrated me to the point of feeling like giving up. But whenever I get to that point, I consider the alternative and I think, okay, well, if I was to give up now, what do I do next? Where else would I get access to 100 million shoppers who are on my website for the main purpose of spending their money? And how easy would it be for me to consistently get 10, 20, 30, 40 sales a day through my own website if I didn't have Amazon? So there's really no alternative to Amazon in that sense. And it might be a frustrating platform to work with at times, but I try to balance that against the huge opportunity it presents and the fact that people on Amazon are there to buy. They're not just there doing window shopping or doing research on Google. There's simply no better way, I find, to connect with cashed up buyers than on Amazon.
We've got a lot of people here that are watching this and, they're just thinking about getting started. A lot of them never built a business before. Maybe they're working a corporate job. What's your kind of advice to those people if they're just getting started thinking about doing this and, have a lot of, potential doubts or just general questions?
I actually had this conversation with someone about 3 weeks ago. We were sitting by Pullman National Park and they were asking me what I was doing. The kids were in the pool. I had my laptop there. I was doing some work and they were just asking what I was doing. And so we actually had that very similar conversation. And so when I get asked this, I always share 3 things about it. So the first thing I say is to be realistic about your expectations. I mean, running a business on the Amazon platform is a real business. It takes work. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So you can't think you can just watch a few random YouTube videos and expect to reliably make $10,000 a month. Like any real business, it takes time to learn what you need to learn and lay a foundation. And I suppose that leads on to the second thing, which is to invest in some good quality training like ASM. These days, because there's so much free training out there, it's really tempting to think, do I really need to spend that money? Like, couldn't I just work it all myself out and watch some free training online? Like, I saw something advertised a while ago and it said it was free. Like, do I need to spend the money on it? And, maybe you could potentially work it out yourself. But the thing is that when you don't know anything about a subject, you've got no way of knowing what advice is good advice and what's bad advice, and knowing how many costly mistakes you might make along the way. So I actually reckon you'd probably spend more money on failed products or ineffective promotion techniques than what you'd spend on good quality, up-to-date training. I'm naturally a bit of a cynic, and if somebody had suggested when I started to spend some money on an online course, I just wouldn't have bothered doing that. The only reason I did it was because the business that I bought was based on ASM, and I could see it worked. I mean, I had bought this business and sales were coming in every day. I was getting sales coming in. I think, well, obviously this does work. So I then spent the money myself and, I can honestly say it, repaid itself, dozens of times over since then.
Yeah, that's cool. So for somebody who's, they get started, they get their first product, like what would you say is the most important thing for them to be successful, specifically on Amazon?
I think probably one of the most important things these days is product selection and making sure that you've got a product that's able to be competitive. Obviously, Amazon makes it so easy to sell. There's lots of people doing it. So you've got to make sure that the product you choose is a competitive product and obviously follow certain criteria that is able to then make sure that you can compete against other people, potentially other people who may be manufacturers in China and have therefore got a lower cost base than what you might have. So picking a good product and having some way of differentiating your product, I think are really important things as starting points.
Yeah, cool. And so specifically for people that are maybe from Australia, where would you recommend they start selling? In the US, in Australia, somewhere else? What do you think?
I'd probably still say US, just because there are so many people, so many customers on US. So I know US has got about 100 million, UK's got about 15 million. Australia doesn't have a very big customer base, although it's certainly growing. So we launched on Amazon Australia the day that it opened. And in that time, we've seen our sales increase slowly but steadily. So originally it was very, very small. These days, it certainly adds some more benefit. It's a small but not insignificant contribution to our lineup. But I guess if you're wanting to launch your product, and particularly because for your first order, you might have to order, say, 500 units. If you're going to try to order 500 units and sell them all in Australia, it might take you 6 months to get through that. That's a long time before you start getting your money back. So US, because there's just so many more people there, it gives you a much quicker chance of turning over that inventory and then being able to hopefully then purchase some more inventory, maybe purchase a larger amount, maybe selling on a couple of different marketplaces, maybe going. So with the most recent product launch we've done, we launched in the US, we ordered 1,000 units of a product. And as they sold through, we then ordered a second lot of inventory, we ordered 3,000 products for our second inventory, or 3,000 units. And then we've, sorry, we've got a thunderstorm here at the moment. And for our second inventory order, we've then launched in every other market. So we've launched in Canada, the UK, Europe, and Australia. So we will try to launch in America, and that also gives you a chance to iron out any of the bugs in the product, or if there's any customer feedback that turns out to not be as good as you want, you can then revise those for your second order and then go to the other markets in a better position.
A lot of people, I'm kind of curious myself, with your situation, but if somebody's just starting out, they may not completely understand how all the logistics of this business work. And so with you, you basically are probably sourcing products. I assume you have a good chunk of products that come from China, or are they sourced in the US or somewhere else?
Yeah, they're China at the moment, yeah.
Okay, so you're living in Australia, traveling around, you're sourcing products in China, you're selling them in the US and some other places. But are you launching like new products where you have to order samples and stuff while you're on the road? Are you having them like shipped to RV parks, or are you having to deal with that at all?
Not with new products. So we did quite a lot of work last year. We went to the Canton Fair in October last year, which was the last physical one they had, and got a lot of leads and product ideas. We went there with some product ideas and found suppliers for what we were looking at. And so I already got most of the samples sent to our home before we started the trip. But we have had to get some finished samples, finished products that we've had sent over to. We've had it sent to post offices a couple of times. We've had it sent to caravan parks and things like that. So we have had to do a bit of that. But that sort of thing would probably be a little bit more difficult to do when you're traveling. But I guess if you're doing it full time, there are ways of still, having stuff sent ahead. You just have to, I guess, work out where you're likely to be in another 2 weeks, and then get it sent to a local post office, wherever you're going to be down the road.
Yeah, so then you're having your inventory sent from the manufacturers directly to FBA, or do you have like another warehouse that's kind of involved in the process?
We've normally sent it just to FBA. Recently, with Amazon's Inventory Performance Index, we've started to look at having a third-party warehouse in between. We'll sometimes, if we've got an MOQ from our supplier that is more than what we need, we'll sometimes order the minimum they'll let us order, and then they'll sit on some of that inventory for a while until we're ready for it. So we sort of use that a little bit as a third-party warehouse, but that's just really waiting until there's space at Amazon to be able to ship the stuff in. And obviously now with the limits that are showing up, we're looking at having a third-party warehouse in the US for storing some of our things.
Oh, okay, cool.
So Greg, you have what, 5 or 6 products now, and that's all in a single brand, is that right?
Okay. 6 or 7 main products. Then we've got a few accessory products, spare parts or other consumables that go there to support those main products. Yep.
Great. And then, well, what's next for you then? You have plans for expanding your existing brand, or do you have any plans for creating a brand new brand?
We're intending to grow this brand further. So when we went to China last year, we had a list of probably half a dozen different products, and we launched one of those this year. I was hoping to launch some others, but obviously the logistics of traveling has been more difficult in that respect. So we've got another 4 products to launch when we get back. My main goal in the business is to roughly double the revenue over the next 12 months or so. So when we get back to normal life, I don't have to go back to a day job. And so I've got these other products which I have lined up to launch. We still have to obviously do the final production samples and things like that. But that's the intention roughly for next year to grow the brand further, as well as to run some promotions on our existing products. And some of those ones where I've been focusing on launching new products, some of the other ones have sort of been let go a little bit. So yeah, that's sort of where we're heading next year.
And then do you eventually have plans to sell your brand and your business?
Not at this stage, because as I said, the reasons I got into it were that it was, it did exactly what we wanted to. It's providing an income for us. It's providing us with the ability to do this sort of travel. We're hoping next year through our church to possibly do some missionary work overseas. And so having an business that just allows you to continue to earn money without having to touch inventory is going to be just as relevant then as what it would be for now. I guess down the track that might be a possibility, but I suppose we'll just have to wait and see with that.
That's awesome. Great. So those are the main questions that we had. Do you have any kind of final parting advice for people that are, sitting there trying to decide what they should do next?
Look, I guess it obviously depends on the situation, but probably one of the things that I found this year, having gone into it full time, is that it was a big, I guess, leap of faith to quit my day job and to do this trip. But we've just benefited so much from having the time together. You don't have life forever. You can't just always put things off and hope one day the perfect time will come, because I don't think it was the perfect time. I had a fairly comfortable day job. I'd been there for 20 years. It was a secure job. It wasn't something I really wanted to walk away from, but it was really that or don't do this trip. And so I think it was the best decision we've made so far, because it's just given us so many opportunities. Life doesn't go forever, and you've got to make the most of it. And if there's an opportunity where you think, well, maybe it's time to look at doing something else, I'm a bit sick of my day job, I want to try something different, I think Amazon's a great way to go. There's always going to be hurdles. Amazon's going to change their rules, policy changes, and don't waste time and energy moaning about it and complaining and just hoping that it goes away. I try to view the changes that Amazon makes as opportunities to push ahead and differentiate yourself. And some of your competitors might find it's too hard and they decide to give up. Well, that makes more room for you. So I reckon if you can see the various hurdles that come along the way as opportunities rather than roadblocks, then you'll be one of the ones who survive and thrive.
Yeah, cool. That's great advice. Yeah, so I really appreciate you joining us today, Greg.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Good to see you again.